Hello, welcome back to Z Learning English, today's English class. Today we are discussing a poem, A Tiger in the Zoo, written by Leslie Norris. George Leslie Norris was a Welsh poet and short story writer. In this poem, Leslie Norris has given an appropriate description of a tiger. This poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo in his cage with the tiger in its natural habitat. The poem moves from the zoo to the jungle and back again to the jungle. Through this poem, the poet wants to convey that it is cruel to keep wild animals in a small enclosure of the zoo. They feel angry, helpless, and unhappy in the cage. Let's look at the poem line by line explanation. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. The poem begins by describing the physical features of the tiger. The tiger moves inside the cage in quiet anchor. The word stalk means walk slowly, and vivid means clear and bright. Range means anchor. The tiger with bright and clear stripes moves inside the cage. The cage is very small, so the tiger can hardly take a few steps along its length. His pads are soft like velvet, so no one can hear the sound of his footsteps. In spite of being the most powerful creature, he is imprisoned inside a cage. This situation has made the tiger angry, but he is keeping quiet as he knows that he is helpless in the situation. The second stanza, he should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass, near the water hole where plum deer pass. In the second stanza, the poet changed the scene to a jungle, the tiger in its natural habitat. Here, the poet tells the tiger should be in the forest, lurking in shadow and sliding through grass. The word lurking means hiding. The poet says he should be hiding in the shadow and quietly moving through the long grass near the waterhole. He should be waiting for a fat and healthy deer to pass in the hope of getting a heavy meal. The poet wants to convey that the actual life of a tiger is in the jungle and not in a cage. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. Here the poet explained what a tiger in his natural habitat should be doing. Moreover, the poet uses terrifying imagery in this section. The white fangs and the claws of the tiger are symbols of power and dominance. According to the poet, the free tiger should be roaring around the house located at the jungle's edge. He should be showing his sharp white teeth and his claws to terrorize the villagers. The word snarling means roaring and terrorizing means threatening or frightening. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his trunk behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. In these lines, the poet's focus returned back to the angry tiger in the cage. The poet explains that unlike the tiger in the jungle, this tiger is not free. He is locked in the concrete cell. That's why it stalks the length of his cage with utter anguish and frustration and ignored those for whose entertainment it was now in such pathetic condition. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. In these lines, the poet says that even at night the tiger is disturbed. He hears the last sound of the patrolling cars of the zoo officials. The tiger stares at the brilliant star shining brightly in the sky with his brilliant eyes, which hope for freedom. The tiger stares with hope at the brilliant stars shining in the sky as he feels very helpless in the cage. He hoped for the day when he would be able to run free in the wild. The brilliant stars thus provide him with some sort of comfort. Now, let's check the poetic devices used in the poem. The rhyme scheme for first, second, and fifth stanza is A B C B, and for third and fourth stanza is A B C D. Next, repetition. Repetition of words or phrase in the same line. Velvet quiet, quiet rage. Brilliant eyes, brilliant stars. Alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of initial consonant sound in the same line. He stalks in his vivid stripes. The letter S is repeated. But he is locked in concrete cell. The letter C is repeated. Next, personification. Personification is attributing human qualities to non-human things. Here the tiger referred as he. Metaphor is the comparison of two ideas without using like and as. For example, pants of velvet. Thanks for watching the video. See you in the next class. Bye.